What's going on, everybody? It is your man B Swift, and this is Hot 963, Indies #1 station for that hip hop and R&B. And today I got a special guest in the building with me. The boy sings like no other. He goes by the name Kevin Ross. What's up, big dog?
What's good, man? Happy to be here, man.
We're glad to have you in the Nap Town, man.
Yeah, man.
You got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, man. I got a couple little things brewing up, man. I got the single long song of Where This Going. We got the album that's coming out. The Awakening March 24th is available for pre-order. iTunes is available on Spotify for pre-save. We got some things moving, man. We moving.
Let's talk about this single, man, because the single's going nuts.
Yeah, it's moving.
When you was in the studio and you recorded that record right there, was that one record you was like, hey, this might be it. This might take us to the top.
No? Nah.
Why? How come artists never like records and then the records they don't like?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't like the record because I wrote and produced the record.
Okay, so you love it.
I love the record. I mean, I think that, as an artist, you know where you can go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like before anybody sees it, you know the potential of what it is. And I don't think that I ain't peaked at all. You know what I mean?
No.
This is just the beginning of what I could do. So for me, I'm just blessed that people like it. You know what I mean? Long Song Away has always kind of been one of my favorite records, throughout the time of recording the album. And it's always been something that I vibe to personally.
Right.
Personally. But that doesn't mean that, people going to really respond to it the way that you do. So it's a good feeling, that they responded to it. We #2 at Urban AC Radio. We moving up the charts. Spotify's loving it. So, I mean, it's great, man. I just got off the road with Ro James.
Dope. That's the homie.
Yeah, man. So it was nothing but love, man. You see the demographic. You see the young ladies out there. And it's just a good look.
Now,
great look.
Being on the road, because you did the thing with Maxwell, then you jumped on with Ro.
Yeah.
How was that for the both of y'all? Like Ro is homie. He used to live here for a long time, and to see the success he's having, and you to jump on for y'all to be two young dudes in the R&B world that's making a lot of noise, whether it's with the pen or whether it's your own records. Like,
I mean, the thing is that there's a new wave of R&B coming in. And Ro was one of the first artists to kind of kick in that door with permission.
Yeah.
And so it's really kind of cool to see that my record is, about to kick that door in a little bit more. And so there's more artists that are coming, you know what I mean? And it inspires for other creatives to say, yo, this format is getting bigger, it's broadening, it's getting younger. And so that means that the fans are getting younger, you know what I mean? So like 25 and up, I mean, we got stories that we want to tell, you know what I mean? We live in life out here. It ain't just about the club. Like now we have relationships. Now we have complications in that. You know what I mean? Like I know a couple friends is getting married or already got kids. So we ain't kids no more. And life ain't just about a party, but it's about perspective, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to have the balance of it. And I think that with this new wave of R&B soul that's coming in, it's going to give the audience more perspective, you know what I mean, of life, not just, one or two things, but just like really spanning it out.
Now, listening to how you talk is dope because the way you breaking down the new R&B wave and how it's coming in, and I gotta ask you this because it makes me wonder, who do you listen to from the old R&B wave?
Oh man,
because I can only imagine Smokey's on that list.
Yeah, Smokey. You got Michael Jackson, Prince, of course, Maxwell, Neo, Norman Connors, Quincy Jones, Patrice Rushen. I mean, the list goes on and on of like people that have contributed to my life as far as sonically. Stevie Wonder, my all-time favorite. So, yeah, I mean, they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're legends and icons, and we are acknowledging our predecessors while still moving the culture forward, understanding where we are. You know what I mean? Because different components, they're different. So like 20 years ago, there was no social media.
Yeah.
So social media has affected us as far as like, I'm in my 20s, right? So where I'm at in my life, women are bugging out because they feel like they haven't found the love of their life yet. They haven't, you know what I mean? They not married yet. They ain't got no kids. They're not established. It's driving them crazy. But here's the thing though. Social media, we're the first generation to experience social media in its full capacity.
Most definitely.
So meaning that it changes the way that we love, it changes the way that we think, it changes the way that we trust people as well, because everything is right there in front of us. You know what I'm saying? It's a complete transparent world, or at least that's what it appears to be.
We're waking up to something different.
We're waking up to something, and that's why it's necessary for the awakening to come out March 24th.
And that's where we're going with it. I'm glad you caught that. You feel me? The awakening, March 24th.
Yeah.
What do we get from this album? Because if people have been following you, they know you wrote for Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've known you've done your thing for a while. So your circle of music is huge. What do we get from the awakening, March 24th? Go grab that on iTunes
Hands
and everywhere
down.
else.
You get my artistic perspective. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like, you really get, like, great love songs, great socially conscious songs that's not preachy. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just literally telling you how I see the world through my eyes and how it affects me as I'm figuring out who I am as a man. You know what I mean? Like, and for right now, I have this Be Great hat on, right? That's my intro to the album, right?
Okay.
It's a charge where I want people to know how necessary they really are. Necessary, you know, to their family, to their community, to the culture, to the world, and most importantly, to themselves, right? So our generation and the generation after us needs to know how important they are. I think that people are walking around in the world and in society like they don't matter. So they cry out for attention and they start doing the most because they're reacting to the fact that they feel like they're not getting enough love or they're not getting enough attention. But just them within themselves and who they are, what God has blessed them to be is enough.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to channel that and we have to fine tune our greatness in order for that to propel into the world.
Now, I got to ask you this question because I love to ask everybody this. Of course, you love your album because you wrote it, you produced on it.
Yeah.
But if there were 3 songs,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you can give us 3 songs, even though it's not coming out yet. It don't come out to the 24th.
Man.
If there were 3 songs on this album that you had to rate with 7 stars or better because you listened to them that much on your phone, what 3 songs are those records?
Be Great is definitely one of those
Okay.
records. I think that Long Song Away is one of my personal favorites, so that gets rated, you know what I mean, 7
off
stars
top.
and high, you know. And then that's a hard joint, man, because I feel like I got records on the album that are really dope, really, really dope. But if I had to say, I would say Don't Go, which is supposed to be the next single off of the record that I'm super excited about. I just think that it's natural progression from Long Song Away. It goes and divulges into more of a sensual love story, and it shows a cooler side of me, and I think that that's dope.
Now, that's super dope. Naptown, The Awakening is coming March 24th.
March 24th, The Awakening. You can pre-order it right now off of iTunes. Pre-save it on the Spotify. Make sure that you guys follow me. That's at Kevin Ross Music. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you name it. I'm on it. Follow the journey.
Now, I wonder if you'll answer this question I got for you. This
Yeah.
probably be my last question because it's going to be a little wild.
Yeah, let's get it.
Since the rise, whether it was from the Jamie Foxx record or before that to now, that one DM you've gotten from a celeb that you've been in love with. Like, yo, I can't believe such and such DM me to say they liked my song or they were paying attention. Have you had that one?
I had 2,
Oh.
actually. Shout out to Bryson Tiller, man. He reached out to me, and he heard my record Don't Go, which is available on Long Song Away, the EP. It's on Spotify, and it's on iTunes. But he reached out to me, man, and just showed love, just, letting me know that he appreciated it. And I won't say any more about it, you know what I'm saying, as far as, but, like, we going to be working in the near future, man.
Dope.
So I'm really excited about that. And just humbled, man. Humbled by, anybody that loves my music. It don't matter if you're a celebrity or artist or whatever. Just the fact that, like, we all know how this is as a creative. It's like, cool. You started in your head.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have this image in your head, and for it to manifest into something bigger or more than what you expected it's a blessing.
That's real right there. Well, we always appreciate you coming through the Naptown whenever
Hands
you
down.
can find some time. Hopefully we can get you back in the next time it's that Kevin Ross tour.
Yeah, no.
You know?
We working on that.
It's coming?
Yeah, we working on that.
So you going full band and all?
We going full band, man. We going full gusto.
Ooh, that's going to be nice times.
Yeah, man.
Naptown. Kevin Ross is rocking with us. The album, The Awakening.
Yes, March 24th, available.
You got to get that joint. If you don't get that, I'm going to be so mad at you, Naptown. I promise we're going to be so mad at you if you don't get that joint because it's going to be a masterpiece. Once again, I appreciate you for stopping through and hanging out with me, bro.
Thank you, bro.
No problem. It is Hot 963.